Shawn.
Hey, Tony. Nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah, that bonus from your big tiger.
That's right.
Nice shiny belt.
They needed it.
That's pretty
good. That's pretty good. You know what, Tony? You know what, NWA? I made a career of spitting in the wind, tugging on Superman's cape, and you know what? I'm still standing. Everybody knows that I am the longest reigning recognized NWA champion in the world.
Yeah, you're right.
And nobody is going to stop me. I tell you what, Trowbridge, Marquez, Porter, Cersei, I don't care who it is, somebody make a phone call. Bring the NWA World Champion here, if he's not too scared. And go one-on-one with the modern-day Viking, the 26-year-old icon, Mr. Everybody Knows, Shawn Shultz.
And we'll bring the NWA champion here.
Welcome back to NWA Main Event Wrestling. Jason James, Scott Berry at ringside. And Scott, Mid-American Television title on the line. The champion, Shawn Shultz, against the challenger, Malibu Matt Boyce.
And Matt Boyce earning this title shot here at NWA Main Event on a streak, on a tear. And then Commissioner George Goulas and the NWA Main Event Wrestling officials, after seeing him not only being betrayed single-handedly by Mike Posey, but then single-handedly winning his contest, have granted him a shot at Shawn Shultz and the Mid-America Television Gold.
Matt Boyce trying to get the fans here in Nashville behind him, an easy task to do.
Of course, it's going to be a very easy task when you're facing someone the likes of Shawn Shultz, the loudmouth braggart of the NWA, someone who thinks he's the best thing going today. And Jason, despite what we want to believe, he may be able to back it up.
Leg scissors applied by Boyce, and Shultz quickly out of it. Scoop of the legs, and once more, Shultz able to use that leg strength and just power Boyce away.
Just look at the cockiness, look at the self-assuredness of Shawn Shultz. You know, I think this man just wakes up in the morning, looks at himself first thing in the morning and says, you know what, I'm great.
Well, you know, if you were Shawn Shultz, what would you do?
Tell you what, Jason, I mean, look at the accolades he's got.
I mean, that's what I do in the morning.
Look, well, we all know what you do in the morning, but we can't say that on television.
Yeah, look in the mirror and say I'm great.
Right now, I mean, look at the accolades of Shawn Shultz. He may be one of the most hated men in NWA Main Event Wrestling, but look at the accolades he's got. The longest reigning NWA Mid-American Television Champion, the youngest ever NWA Mid-America Television Champion, the longest reigning NWA Champion across the globe, as well as the youngest NWA Champion across the globe. I'll tell you what, we may not like him, fans at home might not like him, I know the fans at Veritas Street at the NWA Studios don't like him, but you can't deny what he's accomplished.
There's no denying that. And the man says he's a 26-year-old icon, the modern-day Viking, Shawn Shultz, and that's exactly what it is, man. There's nobody, honestly, Scott, there's nobody in the Nashville area that works as hard as this man. This man's on the road 6-7 days a week defending the NWA Mid-America Television Championship, and love him or hate him, he's the champion. He is that good right now.
Love him or hate him, you have to respect him. That's kind of the motto he lives by. It's the motto of Shawn Shultz. He's defending that title nonstop around the country, trying to get the attention of anybody in the NWA Board of Directors to try and get the NWA World Heavyweight Champion down here to Nashville to defend it in Shawn's home turf. I'll tell you what, Jason, Shawn looks like he may have bitten off a little more than he can chew, taking his opponent for granted here in Malibu, Matt Boyce. Matt Boyce has been on a tear here recently. He's one of the fastest rising stars in NWA Main Event and one of the most popular to boot.
Well, Matt Boyce is no pushover, to say the least. Definitely a strong talent here on the main event roster, strong talent here in the Mid-South area.
Right now, it looks like Shultz is not impressed by any of that, as he's just taken the fight to Matt Boyce here. And Shawn Shultz here, once again, utilizing those underhanded tactics he's become known for, the synonymous with those chokeholds, those low blows, doing anything and everything he can to make sure that he hangs on as tightly as he can to that NWA Mid-America gold.
Shultz now just, you see him taunting the camera here. I think he was talking to you, Scott, is what he was doing.
If there's one thing Shawn Shultz loves to do, it's run his mouth, as we've seen here in recent weeks. And his manager, Tony Lacassio, right by his side. That Lacassio Incorporated stable working so well together, learning and working with each other is Sawyer and Shultz. But right now, it looks like Boyce is able to fire back with some shots of his own. He may have found his second win here, Jason. He may be walking home with the gold if he can keep this up.
Mid-America Television Championship at stake in this contest. Matt Boyce with a clothesline sends Shultz down. Back elbow does exactly that once more. And Boyce with a shot to the midsection. Spinning neck breaker, and he lands it.
Here he comes. Boyce with the pinfall. 1, 2. We got a chip. No! So close.
Inches away from becoming the brand new Mid-America Television Champion was Matt Boyce. Irish whip, champion reverses, duck of the clothesline from the challenger, duck of the back elbow, and now both men go down. Both men went for the same game plan, the clothesline, and now both are down.
The momentum that Boyce carried was able to knock Shultz off of his feet, and the offensive flurries that Shultz has had early in this matchup, knocking Boyce down to his feet. Both men struggling to regain a foothold, both men trying to get back up to a vertical base to see if they can get the advantage in this matchup. And what's Lacassio doing?
Well, Lacassio distracting the referee, and well, now we Mike Posey up on the ring apron, boot to the midsection, DDT. We've seen it 1,000 times. Good night, Irene.
Shawn Shultz retaining thanks to the help of Mike Posey. Could he be the new recruit for Tony Lacassio?
Well, folks, coming up, Steve-O defends the Mid-America Heavyweight Championship against an opponent who we now know is Wild Thing Will Owens. That's coming up. We'll be right back.